here we go. So we'll just jump straight into some Swiss ball warm-ups. Obviously, check the surrounding area. You know, it's good practice just to make sure the ground is clean, make sure there's nothing. You know, always check the ball for any kind of significant damage, splits or anything like that. There's a small split starting to form on this ball. These balls that I use, these are nice anti-burst, very thick material. You can stab these with a sharp object and it won't pop. So I'm not really worried about some little splits on this particular, but I know this product really, really well. Obviously make sure there's no sharp objects, etc. And we'll just jump straight into just some body warm-ups with the Swiss ball. So hold on to the ball, get your feet a comfortable width apart, you know, have a little bounce, make sure you feel in a good place, nice soft knees, and we just jump into some rotations. Very straightforward. So what this does is, obviously this is spinal mobilization. You can see the knee is doing a little bit of movement as well, but not heavy. There's not a lot of heavy collapse on the knee. The knees aren't rolling kind of in on each other. Very, very smooth and straightforward. Hips are doing a little bit of movement. Now, the focal point of the rotation is relative to the position we're holding the ball at. So the center of the ball, the midline of the ball at the moment, is kind of just around my belly button region. And that puts the focus of the rotation at the spinal level at that point. So just around the belly button line, that's where I feel this rotation. Now, if I go up a little bit, obviously we've raised the height of the ball, and now I feel the rotation higher up in my spine. So by playing around with the height we hold the ball at, we can actually scan the spine. So you can get an idea for, you know, how the spine is feeling by raising and lowering the ball. So that's what we're going to do. You're just going to scan the spine and sort of say, okay, how does it feel? Where is it stiff? Where do I feel restriction? Do I feel restriction, you know, lower back both ways? Or is it just one side in the rotation? And so you're just having a look. And what you want to do is find the points that maybe feel a little restricted, and then you can work on those points. So if I feel a little restricted as I rotate to my left, I can stay in that point. And then back around, see how things feel. I can start moving in the diagonal pattern. This puts a little different emphasis at the spinal column. It's feeling pretty good this morning. Now we can also move into a slight bend. So we hinge off the hip. So I push my hips backwards as we do this rotation. And again, if I keep it quite close to my thighs, or if I hold it away from me, we get a different feeling. The knees tend to do a little bit more of a walk in this, just so it takes actually the strain off of the back, even though the back is still doing a lot of that work. You can just have a look around, just scan yourself. Warm the body up if you've spent a lot of time sitting, or if this is in the morning, you know, and you've been laying down, obviously sleeping, your spine's not doing a lot of work. So this is just a nice gentle way to warm up the body. If you've got enough room above your head, you can go right up above, not a problem. Get into the rotations. Cool. Then we can move into a little squat and push pattern. So hold on to the ball, squat down, so it's knees, knees, knees for a squat movement. And we push the ball out in front just to counterbalance, in and up. So we just pull in and up. You can go all the way above if you want, or just in front of the head is fine. Just up above, nothing wrong with that. If you have the headroom, you can go all the way out. If you've got, you know, low-hanging lights and you can't do it, just in and out, nothing too hard. You want your feet to be completely flat, so you don't want to pop up through the heel, so just go where you feel you can. You can vary the height of the squat. If you're comfortable squatting, you can go all the way down, come back up, or if you just want to do a little movement, that's fine as well. You want to make sure that the knees feel like they're sort of travelling around the ball a little bit. I don't know if this will quite show on camera. So as I go down, I'm being aware of the width of the ball and making sure that my knees aren't kind of coming towards each other as we go down into the squat. So I'm ensuring that they're not collapsing inwards. So I'm consciously kind of opening them around the ball, right? So consciously opening them up around the width of the ball as we do it. And by now your body starts to warm up, it starts to get hot pretty quick. Okay, and then we can go to, this can be done standing actually, but I quite like it if you're new to this exercise, kneeling on the deck. Plus, if you haven't got the headroom, this is the way to do it. So tall kneeling, this is tall kneeling, this is short kneeling. So we go tall kneeling, the ball is going above the head, and then all we're going to do, just a little side bend, okay? Not aggressive, again, not aggressive, we're just moving the body. Little side bend, left to right, dead easy. If you feel any kind of pull or strain in your lower back as you do that, then you can just kind of tip forward a little bit. So side on, left to right. If you feel anything in your lower back, just tip forward a little bit. Not much. Same thing if you're standing. If you're doing this standing, left to right, if you feel anything in your lower back, just tip forward a little bit, and that should take the strain off. So again, what we're looking to do with the Swiss ball warm-ups is kind of really mobilize the spine. So there's a lot of rotation, there's a little bit of flexion, extension, and then side flexion as well. So we're just trying to bend the spine through all those primary movements. Then we just go seated, hands on the hips, so thumb round the back, fingers in the front, and just a small hip rotation. So we're just doing little mini circles. The upper body stays nice and still, so we're not rocking and rolling up the top. Real small movement. We change directions, left to right, front to back. And again, we're just scanning, we're just kind of asking ourselves, how's my body feeling? We can go straight pelvic tilt. So again, excuse me, not loads of rocking, we're not pushing backwards and forwards, we're just fixed in that pelvic tilt pattern. Tuck under, tuck out, tuck under, tuck out, just gentle. Hands are on the hips so you can just feel your hips moving. Then we go straight side to side. So again, we're hiking the hip one way to hike to the other. Upper body again is staying relatively still. We're not going to be tipping the upper body. We're just kind of moving the hips, just gently, nothing crazy through this one. Again, you can kind of go figure of eights. You can play a figure of eight pattern. Again, you're just scanning your body. You're just kind of saying, okay, how does my body feel? We can get exaggerative in the front to back pelvic tilt. So again, turn side on so you can see what we're doing. So exaggerating curvatures through the back, so lifting my rib cage, and then flexing my body as well. Tuck in, look up, tuck in, look up. Nothing aggressive, I'm not moving aggressively, I'm just asking my body to go through a comfortable range of motion, see how it feels. See where it's stiff, listen to it, build a relationship so you kind of figure out what's what with your body. Nice easy ways to warm up on the Swiss ball.